What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to cover a topic that no one wants to deal with, and it's just a dreaded thing to do. That's cleaning your chimney out. So I want to show you guys just how insanely easy this is, and it only takes you roughly 5 minutes. Depending on the size of your chimney, it might take you up to 10, but I want to show you how easy it is so you don't have to pay someone else to come out and do this for you. Now, you're going to need a couple things. First thing you're going to need is a tape measure to measure the inside diameter of your pipe, and then you're going to have to get a brush that is made for that size. So for me, I have your standard double wall pellet pipe, so I need a 3-inch brush. They make different brushes. This is the crappy, super cheap version. They make a nice slick version that's a metal rod that is wound, so you can bend it and you can put the end in a drill and you can bend it up in there and spin it around and clean your chimney that way. But I'm just assuming that we're all just the average Joe. Maybe we don't have sweet tools like that and we don't want to spend a bunch of money on them. We just want to get this job done and move on with our lives. So for that, I just have your basic generic chimney cleaning kit. One thing I will say that no one ever talks about here is this head comes off. So if you're going to stick this up in your chimney pipe and screw it around, I would definitely put some Loctite on here, because if this comes off in your chimney, you're going to have a bad time. So put some Loctite on there if you're going to spin it around. I just run mine up and down in the chimney the way it is, because the brush is good enough to do the work on its own. You don't need to spin it. You don't need anything fancy like that. So I'm going to take you outside to my chimney here, and I'm going to show you just how easy this is, and hopefully you won't dread it anymore. I do mine twice a year. I do mine once mid-season, and the second time I do it after I'm all done using the stove for the year. It's really simple. Like I said, it only takes 5 minutes. So let's go out and check it out. Okay, here we are out at the chimney. I picked the best possible day to do this because it's snowing outside. But once you're out here, you're only going to need a couple tools. So I bring along a screwdriver to clean my bottom cap out and a brush. That's all I need. So I'm going to start off by taking the end cap off. And what I do with this is I just take my screwdriver, stick it down in there, break this stuff loose, dump it out. Tap it a couple times, dump it out. We're done with that. Set this off to the side. Next thing, grab your brush, unwind it, shove it up the chimney. Alright, now that I've got the main stretch of pipe knocked out, the next thing I do is I take my brush and I stick it in the horizontal section, clean that out a little bit. And that's it, just like that. Stick it in there about 6 or 8 inches, and then knock that stuff loose. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go inside and turn the stove on and let the blower actually kick the rest of that dust that I just broke free out, and it'll come down out of the clean out. So I'll be right back and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, I went inside and kicked the stove on. Now you can see just a couple chunks came out. Oh, there's another one. You know, nothing crazy, but it just gets out the pieces that were knocked free. I'll give this a minute here until the stove goes into ignition mode, and then I'll put the cap back on and we are done. That took less than 5 minutes. One thing I want to add here before we end this is wear a mask when you're doing this. Now my stove pipe here is only about 6 foot tall. The reason I wasn't wearing one today is because I'm talking into the camera. But if you're going to do this, please wear a mask. This stuff is nasty when it comes out of here. You do not want to get that stuff in your lungs. Also, I wore a pair of gloves today just so I don't cut my hands on the metal on the bottom of the chimney, because that is kind of sharp, especially if you're poking and prodding in there. So I just wanted to add that in. So until next time, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.